Podcast ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh NAZRI BAOBED.
Assalamualaikum semua, saya ejen NAZRI BAOBED daripada ERA. Alhamdulillah, I've been a property agent since 2015. That will be 10 years already. Saya sudah tolong first timer buyers, upgraders, downgraders, yang jual saja, kes farik, kes cerai. Alhamdulillah, macam-macam kes dah buat. Kenapa saya nak jadi seorang property agent? Actually, memang nak bantu ramai orang masyarakat kita lah. What happens kalau anak makin berbesar, anak dah ramai? How can they move to a bigger place, more bedrooms, ataupun nak dekat dengan parents, ataupun tempat kerja, tempat sekolah terlalu jauh? How can we solve this problem? And on top of that, to do this whole sell and buy process as safe as possible. Kadang-kadang maaf kata, sekarang masih ramai orang juga, dorang upgrade ataupun jual dan beli. Every month dorang kena top up cash. I try to be different from other agents, try to offer a solution that can let you upgrade or shift from one house to another house without topping up cash, especially without overstretching and without financially burdening yourself in the long run. Actually, I come from a background that is, nak cakap below average pun ada, because my father was a sole breadwinner. Pindah sini, pindah sana, struggle financially ni semua kita dah pernah go through. So that's why I would like to help kita punya community, jadi kita can get through the struggle and achieve kita punya financial portfolio successfully lah. Kalau sesiapa yang perlu bantuan tentang hartanah, especially whether diorang nak jual ke ataupun nak beli sebuah rumah ke, jangan segan-segan hubungi saya di 90688244. InsyaAllah saya akan bantu. Dan juga kepada penjual yang nak tahu berapa harga rumah pasaran mereka, diorang boleh WhatsApp kepada saya, postal code mereka. InsyaAllah saya akan tolong cek. Saya NAZRI BAOBED. Assalamualaikum.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Outside In with your host Yanto
and Farah, your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
Very nice, very insensitive.
I got your hints.
Alhamdulillah.
Alright, Alhamdulillah.
Hi, everybody.
Another month of October. Selamat kembali. Tragedi Oktober. Tak tiba.
I think after this episode dikeluarkan, I feel like we macam have been a bit quiet.
I've been a bit quiet.
But there is a reason for it, because kita we had a lot of discussion lah as husband and wife, and also macam business partners, outside in. We about the direction that we want to take outside in. Inshallah, you will see a lot more of our faces, and that's how we started, right? This podcast outside in, with our thoughts, our perspective, and how we approach certain topics or discussion.
Betul.
So inshallah, tapi hari ni kita ada NAZRI BAOBED dengan kami.
Betul.
Di studio puing.
Yeah. Juga sikit. Tutup dia sikit lah.
Dance move. Oh, B-boy. Okay, so hari ni kita nak berbual tentang apa ya?
Yeah, actually, okay. One of the things that we want to talk about is pasal recently on my FYP on Instagram, banyak orang share about budak-budak yang kehilangan. Kehilangan meaning they go missing.
Missing children.
And it started from, I think, a few weeks ago. Ada seorang budak yang hilang, meninggal dunia. Dia masuk Marine Parade tu. So ever since that incident caught the waves of news and netizen and whatnot, ramai makin banyak lagi news tentang budak-budak pergi gone missing. A lot. And it keeps appearing on either my newsfeed ataupun social media. Orang share, please help me find my daughter, help me find my son. So ini buat aku terfikir-fikir pasal what is going on. Like, I mean, based on personal experience pun, I feel that there are a lot of cases that's happening in terms of budak-budak pergi missing, whether be it they're missing for one day ke, a few hours ke, and things like that. And then it has been going on for ever since I could remember. Ever since back then, even when I was in NS, I already see people news of children going missing. But sebelum kita go deep into the topic lah, nak tanyalah kita punya tetamu terundang lah pada hari ini, NAZRI BAOBED kita. Okay, Naz, how have you been lah so far? I understand sebelum recording ni kau pun ada juga HDB appointment kan?
So far tadi I was from a HDB morning completion. My client dia, kita buat jual dan beli lah. So Alhamdulillah dia dah successfully complete dia punya transaction. InsyaAllah dia nak renovate rumah baru dia secepat mungkin lah.
Wow. I think it's always nice to be, as a real estate agent, to be part of someone's journey as big as macam a purchase of their home.
Oh, definitely. Because dorang definitely insyaAllah akan mengenang budi kan. Because jual beli pun in their lifetime berapa banyak kali, maybe sekali, 2 kali kan. For you to be there all the way and assist them in this transaction, especially to make it as smooth as possible, is a very important journey lah. That you sebagai amanah lah, diorang lantik you, then you carry out your job lah.
InsyaAllah. Kita punya rumah ni dah 4 years almost 5 years MOP. We know who to find. NAZRI BAOBED.
Masya Allah. Yeah, at the same time pun, why I ask this is because of course we want to show you guys yang Alhamdulillah NAZRI BAOBED ni seorang yang dia menjalankan amanah, menjalankan tugas dengan baik, insyaAllah. And kalau korang belum lagi follow NAZRI BAOBED di Instagram, silakan follow dia sekarang. Dia akan menunjukkan support kepada, bukan sahaja kepada Nazri, but juga kepada kita. As we know, insiders kita ni memang kuat orang-orang yang untuk daripada segi support kan. So tunjuklah support korang kepada kita dengan memfollow,
dengan mengefollow
NAZRI BAOBED. Okay, a simple follow will help us a lot.
Yes, I feel like not only real estate, dia seorang yang suka melancong, you know, go overseas, family trips, vacations. So kadang-kadang bila I tengok Nazri punya content tu kan, I macam macam bestnya tempat ni, you know, things that places that I've never thought of going. Macam apa ni, the Sampurna is the Asian Maldives.
Betul.
Kan, that is what I learned from Nazri. So macam dekat dalam Minda ni, yang bila nak pergi Sampurna yang
Bila nak pergi Sampurna
kita
InsyaAllah InsyaAllah kalau Allah izinkan. At the same time pun memang a lot of discussions have been going on behind the scenes dengan Nazri juga, dengan with our team. So we are also gonna give you guys a bit more insights into NAZRI BAOBED's life, insyaAllah. When it comes to
places that he goes to, the food that he eat, the bed that he sleeps. No lah.
Astaghfirullahalazim.
But another side of him maybe we want to show to you guys, the travelling side lah, insyaAllah. I feel like kita punya kenalah dengan kita punya family content, right? When we are in a family, kita nak merapatkan lagi silaturahim sesama insan, kita pergi travel.
Masya Allah.
Jom kita pergi sama-sama
InsyaAllah.
Dah pernah pergi Melaka, mana tahu satu hari kita boleh pergi more places together.
InsyaAllah.
Right, with that being said, so sebagai seorang yang suka melancong dengan keluarga, with your children and whatnot kan.
Yes.
That's why I want to go into this topic.
Okay.
Because we have seen a lot of news out there tentang budak-budak yang go missing and things like that.
Betul.
And Nazri himself, you ada dua orang anak lelaki.
2 buah, nasi tak cakap 2 ekor. 2 orang anak.
2 orang anak yang sangat Masya Allah. So as a father when then you bring your children overseas and things like that, when you hear this kind of headlines of budak-budak hilang, pergi missing, as a father, what do you feel?
Kalau dengar cerita-cerita macam ini pasal budak go missing kan, kita sebagai parent, especially as a father, especially as a overprotective father lah. I'll be very honest dengan you lah. I'm very overprotective lah. You can ask my wife. InsyaAllah one day lah kan. Tapi I'm a very overprotective father. Kalau I dengar berita macam gini, I will be suddenly macam a bit on the ball, macam nak find out juga cerita ni, kenapa macam mana dia boleh go missing, what cause it, and then kat mana tu semua, and then lepas tu kita pun rasa sedih juga kan. Macam kita boleh bayangkan sebagai parent, kalau kita anak kita go missing, jangan cakap pasal for 24 hours lah, for a few hours pun kita need to know at least dia kat mana kan.
Right.
So dia ada mixed feeling of alert on the ball sama a bit sedih jugalah kan. So this is what I feel lah.
Because I think as a father pun, the first thing that will come to your head is, what if this was my child? Kan? And at the same time, your sons tu punya umur, if I remember correctly, satu is 5.
Satu is 5 this year. My eldest sama my youngest is 2.
And we know 5-year-olds are very fast. Very fast. Dia boleh like
energetic.
And they're in the exploring mode. Curious mode. Because and then when you mention overprotective too, really is more of ensuring that your child is always within your sights when you are out with them, is it?
Betul. Even let's say kalau I kasih dorang balik kampung together with the with my wife, then while I need to work on the weekend kan, kalau dorang nak balik kampung, Then I am a bit uneasy lah, walaupun kat rumah tengah fokus on kerja. Because macam tengah terfikir juga, okay, my son ni, will he be okay? I selalu macam think a few steps ahead kan. Takut let's say kalau macam dia ni anak aku nanti pergi main api ke apa, pergi bakar sampah. Because yang ajar bakar-bakar ni semua aku juga.
Mercun.
Every time my mother-in-law will siapkan sampah nak bakar. So every time kita balik kampung, kita will bakar-bakar besar. Sampah ni semua. So aku takut macam will he play with fire, accident ke? Will he takut kat sana ada motor kan, sana banyak motor.
Constant worry.
Constant worry lah. Really constant worry.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like personally also when I hear macam this kind of news headlines, child go missing, even though kita belum ada anak sendiri, it becomes a topic of conversations lah in household, which I imagine a lot macam you guys can relate when this happen. Kalau you dah anak, you ask yourself, right, if kalau ni anak aku macam mana. But I feel like every time this kind of a viral news breaks out and it becomes topic of conversations in households is good if we just ambil the lessons. Atau macam Nazri punya case macam, I want to find out more how this happens, so maybe I can cegah this from happening, right? But sometimes on the flip side of the coin, you see comments that are not so nice. People blaming, people criticizing your parenting especially. So I feel like that side of the things, kalau boleh lah kita insiders, we try not to be those people lah. We just take this as lessons and maybe try to talk to your husband, talk to your wife. Okay, kalau this happen, like what would you do? What would you reckon? You know, it becomes a healthy conversation.
Nas, have you ever had any experience personally tentang maybe you as a child yang pernah go missing ke, ataupun you know of someone in your family yang pernah go missing?
Atau dulu you go missing on your parents?
Alhamdulillah, I sendiri tak pernah go missing lah. So Alhamdulillah dapat jumpa balik rumah sendiri kan. So that one Alhamdulillah. Tapi definitely I have heard of cases jugalah. Macam children go missing. Then lepas tu you can tell lah that dia punya situation at the family is very kecoh, huru-hara. Then they will start asking around, start asking what happens if my child is like this, what happen if this happen to my child. So you can see the panic on their faces kan. So it's very scary lah. It's very very scary.
My personal experience pula bila time I kecil, when I was probably in primary school.
You got lost before?
Not me, my sister got lost before.
What happened?
My younger sister lah. So back then dia masih kecil lagi. Maybe just a bit of backstory. We were at science center.
Okay, science center.
My uncle bawa us pergi science center lah. Three of us. So I was playing one activity. My sister was with me. I got two sisters Sue dengan Ayu. So Sue was with me. Kita tengah enjoy the electric chair center to feel what is it like to be on electric chair. And then somehow rather tengah gitu, then when I was holding the grip, then ramai dah datang tau. Ramai tengok macam wow this boy wow. Dan macam then suddenly Sue datang. Abang Ayu hilang at science center. Then I'm like,
how old were you again?
I primary 2, primary 3, tak ingat. I was very young. Ayu was only about maybe I was like, the Ayu was 4 years old. She was just walking, running around lah. So 3 of us were there. And then I went, and then my sister, abang, Ayu missing. So then tengah electric chair tu belum habis. I'm like, okay lah, tak apa. Leave the thing. And then me, my sister and my uncle went around frantic cari. Kita pergi, okay, Ayu. And this happened was very fast. To a point yang from there kita jalan-jalan, we search the whole of science center. And kalau korang pernah pergi science center kat Singapore ni, tempat dia bukan kata besar, but it's at the point in time dia macam ada exhibitions kan. So they were in a way it's a controlled environment. Tapi kita tak boleh jumpa dia for a good almost to an hour. Tak boleh jumpa until kita dah macam, me and my sister, kita dah nangis-nangis. Kita dah tak ada adik lagi. You know, we were young and we felt that. Dah tak ada adik lagi. And then sudah nangis-nangis. I pun dah nangis.
The adult in the situation?
My uncle pun dah takut lah.
Panic.
He panic because number one, dia diberi amanah untuk menjaga kita.
That was what I was thinking. Can you imagine you bilang your sister, I want to bring your kids out. Bawa sekali hilang. Macam confirm kusut sih.
Yeah, so it got very crazy. But my uncle, I think at that point dia dah maybe I was still young, so I can't really remember his reaction. But I could tell that dia dah macam panic. Dia dah macam tak apa-apa, kita cari. Just nice kita dah we were actually about to exit science center. Mungkin I think at that point in time maybe we to go make police report ke apa, tak tahu. Tengah jalan tu nampak staff science center tengah pimpin my sister.
Alhamdulillah.
Dia tengah menangis-nangis. Lepas tu then kita macam Ayu, dan kita peluk dia. Ayu, where you go? Nangis. Tapi it was walaupun in that period of 1 hour, sebagai seorang abang yang muda at that point in time, I felt a sense of loss. Walaupun sekejap tu, that knowing that what if I cannot see my sister again.
Yalah.
You know, that was my experience of kehilangan seorang adik lah at the point in time. I just want to make it clear, bila I cakap kehilangan tu is really go missing.
Go missing.
Bukan faham. Yeah.
I think for me also, I've had my fair share of giving my parents heart attacks lah.
Okay.
But interestingly, I have experienced being the one missing and also having not my own child but my niece lah that went missing as well. And the funny thing is, my family always say, you and I don't want to say the name lah. You and this niece, right? Macam carbon copy, you know. Whatever she do, her mannerisms, like her going missing and things like that, right, is sama macam you, adik. I don't know how. It's like I don't understand. It's like you. It's like you in when you were small.
Okay, kan your niece ni is a clone of Farah.
Yeah. So the story of how I went missing too, I think I've ceritakan, but not at.
It was in the our very first few episodes.
Yeah, but maybe I just share lah because we are touching on this topic, right?
Yeah.
So I was kecil lagi, primary school, I think lower primary or maybe even kindergarten. So my family suka pergi East Coast Point. East Coast Park.
East Coast Point mana tu?
East Coast Park. So ramai-ramai lah. It's a huge extended family, cousins and everything. So tengah duduk-duduk, and then I was riding the bicycle. Macam baru-baru nak belajar tau. So very excited. And then a few days ago, my mom was telling me about rainbows. So as a child, I was like, oh, rainbows, mama got 7 colours. Wow, never seen it before at that point of time.
Kan?
Tapi yang bila kita dekat East Coast Park tu, ada rainbow.
Wow.
So that was my first time seeing a rainbow. So macam terpegun lah kan. I was very amazed as a child. So I tell my mom, okay mama, I want to cycle. So my mom was just like, okay, but you just cycle where I can see you lah. Jangan pergi jauh-jauh. So as I was cycling tu, macam tengah hayal, tengah terpegun kan dengan pelangi tu. So I was just cycling. Sekali when I sedar,
dah jauh.
I couldn't see my family at all.
Wah.
And East Coast Park kan, you know, it's a very long stretch kan. So I don't know where I went already. But I was just following the rainbow lah.
Dulu-dulu lagi macam tak ada proper trail
Yeah, correct.
Yang cuma ada is the track jalan je lah.
Yes, and I was like a child back then. So maybe at this point of time I can tell you what I was feeling as a child lah, being a missing child. So bila I sadar tu tengok my family tak ada. So I was lost.
Okay, we leave the supernatural part out.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna share the supernatural part.
Okay.
So I was lost. I was feeling lost, feeling panic, feeling scared. A lot of these very big emotions that a small kid macam cannot regulate, right?
Yeah.
So I was panicking already. And as a child, you don't know the right and wrong thing to do, right? So I just don't know what to do. I just kept walking. So the further I got away from my family lah. So when all of this was happening, bila in retrospect my family bilang what happened, right? So my family was trying to look for me. Tak dapat cari. My cousins semua dah macam berpecah and like trying to find me, right?
Yeah.
To the point that orang kata daripada ada daylight sampai dah nak ke maghrib, they couldn't find me.
Wah.
Yeah, so to the point that they had to call police. So when alhamdulillah dapat cari, like my sister found me. Dia naik basikal, dia tak pakai kasut tau, because dah panic right. So she was cycling barefooted and finally dapat. Then we went back to the picnic site. Then I saw red and blue already. All the police cars dah surrounding the area. There was so many policemen.
Yeah.
And like my mom, I can still remember macam she was crying. She was out of it lah. Of course lah, kehilangan anak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was what happened to me.
Yeah.
But Alhamdulillah dapat cari lah.
Adalah kalau tak ada kat sini kan.
Hello.
Kalau kau nak tanya aku
Yeah.
pula aku not really go missing, tapi kalau time remaja lah kan.
Remaja.
Balik lambat tu ada juga have my fair share of nak cakap nakal. Alamak, nak buka lagi satu topik pula. Tapi
Budak nakal.
Kita ada zaman-zaman kita lah.
Zaman-zaman
kita
kita,
muda, zaman kita exploring juga lah.
Dulu aku minat break dance lah. Break dance lah. Aku ada satu kawan ni, nama dia Syazwan. Dia kawan primary school aku. Habis kita pergi sama secondary school kan. Habis dia yang terpengaruh aku lah. Jom lah kita pergi B-boy dengan si ni Iskandar ni. Dengan Iskandar, Amsyar tu semua. So kita pergi.
Alfian tak ada?
Alfian tak ada. So pergi jom lah lepas CCA ke pukul berapa jumpa kat bawah blok dia ni kat Bedok. Okay, jom kita pergi B-boy belajar hit spin. Kita ada performance sampai sekarang kita memekak bawa boombox kat bawah. Lepas tu polis datang. So basically kalau you nak sekolah dulu morning session all the way, kadang-kadang sampai tak balik bawa extra baju. Lepas tu
Untuk melepak
B-boy kat bawah blok rumah orang lain all the way sampai pukul 11 malam lebih, 12 pun ada. Lepas tu balik kena spelling lah dengan my parents lah. Balik kena teruk-teruk lah.
Tapi bilang ke tidak your parents that you're gonna like not come home until late?
I got remember kadang-kadang I tak bilang. Kadang-kadang tak bilang. Dulu punya time kan kita pakai Nokia. I don't think
SMS
tu mahal kan, nak kena top up.
Yes, betul. Tepat.
Dulu mana ada
limit.
Dulu mana ada ni. Ada ni tak ada. Nak top up kredit. Tak ada fulus. Budak-budak nak top up apa sih, pakai apa. So balik lepas tu kena tanya pagi sampai malam
Pergi mana?
Hmm.
Buat apa?
Right.
Tahu nak balik?
Lepas tu just cakap je jumpa kawan.
Sama. I wish it's the same reason. Balik lambat je jumpa kawan.
Senang jumpa kawan. Terus.
Yeah. So now because kita dah share, I think right now we shared 3 different stages. For me, I shared tentang my perspective as a brother hilang adik for 1 hour. Then you share a perspective as seorang yang hilang for a few hours.
Yeah.
And then now we share a perspective of someone yang bukan hilang tapi dia
Menghilang.
Sengaja
Menghilang tanpa kata.
Pasal of certain things. So these are the aspects of going missing. And kadang-kadang I feel that dia punya it becomes like a very broad perspective, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Pasal right now I feel the fear. I hilang my adik for 1 hour. And then that was what I feel.
Yeah.
And then for Nazri pula, you hilang for a few hours dengan kawan-kawan. But at that point in time, your parents were worried. Pasal kalau diorang tak risau, diorang tak akan tanya, kau pergi mana? Tu hari gini-gini. And then mesti kena marah. Kan? So now if you were to think back and then if I were to just add on a bit about your situation yang ke East Coast Park tu, because if I remember correctly at that point in time there were a few cases of budak-budak drowning in East Coast.
East Coast Park.
Yeah. So they were afraid that could have happened to Farah.
I feel like it's worth not worth mentioning. Macam I could have, kalau Allah izinkan, I could have just easily ended up like how the recent case ended in death.
You were supposed
unfortunately.
to actually, okay, baby just touch a bit lah, supernatural dia nampak seseorang an entity lah yang menyuruh dia, jom masuk.
Yeah, he was okay. Basically, dulu I suka Sesame Street. Okay. So when you think about it, benda ni macam these supernatural things akan menjelma as something that you like, right? So at that point of time, I saw Big Bird
Sesame Street.
Yeah, Big Bird. So as a small child, I saw tu macam Big Bird tengah suruh I come follow me. Then dia tarik I tu, the direction is into the sea. Yeah, so she was like, come follow me. So I was like, no, I don't want. I want my mommy. Yeah, so kalau I ikut dia, then dah jadi lain cerita lah.
Yeah, so it becomes, okay, what I'm trying to say is dengan situation tertentu it becomes a question of mana anakku. is my anakku safe ke tidak? And then like for example in your scenario, you were safe, you were fine. Pasal you tengah melepak kat bawah blok dengan anak-anak dengan your friends kan. Like for us pula, my sister, I don't know dia kena culik ke apa ke, same goes for you. Yeah, but all this situation enters one common factor, which is mana anak aku.
Or maybe if I want to cocok a bit further, right? This is not to point fingers or anything, but just to think about it, right? In this kind of situation, whenever macam kalau anak hilang ke apa kan, the first question that pops into everybody's mind, but kita tak akan cakap, is just something that will pop into our mind, right? Who is at fault?
Okay.
Is it the child? Or is it the parents? No, this kind of thing macam, you know, things
it's
macam
a passing thought in the head lah.
things macam in your head, right? Tapi you macam tak nak.
Sama a lot of people like to indirectly point finger, tapi they use this phrase. Things like where were you? Where were the parents? Usually these two.
Yeah.
And we are discussing this not because we want to point fingers or like macam say your this person's parenting is bad or anything, but it's just a question to ponder on.
Question to ponder on. And at the same time pun mungkin for parents out there, kita fikir balik, kita reflect like what probably can be a preventive measure when it comes to your children ke apa. Maybe for Nazri, when it comes to this kind of situation, and you mentioned you saw the comments and all this, what's the first thing that a parent would feel kalau kita feel this kind of
kalau anak you hilang ke apa?
I mean tadi dah tanyalah what you feel about this news kan, but now we talk about what if it's your own child. Right now your eldest son is 5 years old. If you to put it into the science center punya scenario,
dia hilang, senang kata dia hilang.
Dia main-main, and we know children are very fast. Maybe for 1 second kita tengok dia okay dekat depan kita gini-gini, kita pusing, mungkin just to berbual dengan someone ke, layan anak number 2 ke, pusing balik, mana anakku.
Tu lah.
It happened, and I'm pretty sure it could happen quite easily.
Okay, maybe we put it macam to write on what Yanto said, right? Kita ada just now 2 different scenarios, right? So if you put yourself in his uncle's shoes, kalau you bawa anak orang lain keluar, lepas tu anak dia go missing, how would you feel in that moment? Or atau kalau you are the parent of this child, you akan marah your brother, your sister, macam asal ni aku kasih kau bawa keluar anak-anak aku, lepas tu hilang, you know? Or do you have any other thoughts?
Kalau you tanya I, okay, because every parent have their own different thinking. So kalau you tanya I personally, I punya train of thought firstly is, kalau let's say I'm in the shoes of the uncle, first thing dalam otak aku is mampus aku. Yeah, that's the first thing. First thing, mampus aku. Kalau let's say I am the parent himself, I will say mati aku. Okay. Sama juga mati aku, anak aku dah hilang. So that's the first phrase in our head in my mind. So personally I would not, let's say kalau the one who is missing is my youngest, then usually ataupun my ni I will not blame the elders lah. I will not blame the elders because I know parenting ada a few types. Some people say abang jaga adik. So my personal belief is I never mengharapkan orang lain jagakan my anak. Ataupun I jangan mengharapkan cousin dia or elder brother, in this case number 1 tolong tengokkan number 2. So I will just say okay, ni first thing is mampus aku. First thing maybe what I will do is I will seek help from science center authority lah.
Look for your child lah.
Macam itu lah. So I won't blame my elders lah. Kalau let's say my number 2 hilang, that kind of thing lah.
Even the adult yang tolong bawa your son pun lah.
Kalau the adult yang tolong bawa my son, mampus kau. So of course the parent, kalau aku the parent over the phone kan, kau bawakan anak aku.
Ni macam kau faster role play. Macam you the uncle.
Nas,
apa dia?
Sorry Nas, anak number your first son, aku hilang dia.
Oi, nak mati.
Tak nak mati.
Tak lah. I mean the first thing is maybe
marah.
Marah. Macam mana boleh jadi macam gini?
What happened lah? You want to find out
what happened. Either I can waste time tekan the uncle, or or another alternative, I can just ask the uncle, okay, kau dah jumpa anak aku ke belum? So kau will cakap, belum
lagi, masih tengah usaha.
Kau dah tanya sales center belum?
Dah tanya sales center belum? Pergilah cari apa lagi kau laku. Cakap lah. Alamak main je.
But that being said pun, I think the punya the fear pasal kita and I can say this for my sister also, yang ada 2 anak perempuan kan. When it comes to dia nak lepaskan tangan untuk either anyone lah, untuk cakap can I bring your daughters out untuk berjalan ke, pergi mana-mana ke, dia akan rasa ragu-ragu. Dia macam fear that what if this kind of things happen. Pasal we don't know for sure. And of course I mean, adult mana nak sengaja menghilangkan anak-anak kan. But we don't know what is that person's capabilities of jaga anak kita. Right.
I want to maybe share another story and make it into a case study lah.
Okay.
Ini just to learn from it. I also reflected upon this experience and asked myself, like, if it happened to me, then how? Right.
Okay.
So basically, I have a niece. Okay, so dia ni seorang yang
sama macam you dia.
very brave. I would feel dia macam cakap my mum would say kaki tangan ikat dalam. That means macam hati dia tu, she's very brave tau. Tapi dekat luar dia macam malu-malu, macam tak tahu step, tak tahu. Tapi padahal she is very smart, she's very brave.
Masya Allah, tabarakallah.
Yeah, Masya Allah, tabarakallah. And she's very sensitive also. Okay, so I will share with you guys one story lah.
Which we ever shared before.
Yeah, which we ever shared before. But for this topic punya sake lah.
It's relatable lah.
To discuss, yeah. So what happened was my niece ni ada childcare. Right, after school, childcare. After school care. So my sister ni, she is a working mom. Both husband and wife working parents. Right, so usually after the childcare, diorang akan fetch lah. Right, but today,
on that day, my sister was running very busy schedule. Right, and this I don't blame her. My mother don't blame her. Nobody is blaming her because we understand as parents ni, kita kadang-kadang our days are very tight, hectic. Yeah.
A lot of responsibilities. Kadang lupa ni, lupa tu, and you are trying to make ends meet. Right, so itu kita rasa lah itu ujian dia pada masa tu. So she forget to do something, and then she went ahead to do that, thinking that it would just be a while. Macam for example, macam we are supposed to fetch.
Detour lah, basically.
Yeah, we're supposed to fetch our kid, but then terlupa buat ni. Sekejap je. So they went, but then it took so long.
Unexpectedly.
So they just left it. They just macam cut it short. Whatever, kalau tak dapat pun tak apa. Just go back to the childcare to fetch. But then when they reach, my niece wasn't there. Lepas tu tanya cikgu semua, where is my daughter? Cakap, she went out already. Because at that point of time, all the kids keluar because mak-mak semua
it's the
fetching,
pick up period lah.
Pick up period, yeah. But then, diorang tak, how to say They thought that my sister was there already. So macam okay lah, diorang balik, masuk balik office. But my niece was just standing outside there. And macam my sister and my brother-in-law wasn't there. So this okay, I'm gonna tell you the POV of my sister first lah.
Okay.
Diorang find out, okay, my daughter not here. What do you mean? I just reached tapi dia tak ada. So where could she be lah? So my sister started panicking already. And this is not the first time my niece went missing lah. Like I said, she's very brave, right? So she will suka adik dia lah nak pergi mana. So then she called me, she called my mother, and then my mother called me.
Yeah.
So the whole family nucleus, the whole family, extended family semua dah panic tau. But at first kita macam okay lah, this happened before. We give her a few hours, we usaha try to find her, maybe we can find her. But hours became 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Kita semua dah panic. And then
very long.
I remember my mum calling me. Then she said, Farah, Mama nak minta satu benda je. You just doa to Allah right now. Doa that Allah akan lindung my niece, and Allah akan kembalikan dia lah to our family, right? And she was crying when she was saying that as a grandmother.
Yalah.
So I was like, okay. Then I was also panicking already. Like he was like, kenapa? So the situation was very chaotic. Right. So to cut the story short, they found my niece. She was at a police station.
Oh,
yeah. Someone, a kind soul, nampak dia tengah wandering, menangis. So macam ask her what's wrong. Then brought her to a police post lah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
So Alhamdulillah. So my sister went to fetch her lah from the police station. So right now, I think it's worth mentioning what the parents is feeling.
Yeah.
Macam you imagine the events, the chain of events, right? So busy day. I have to fetch my kid, but I have to get this done. Okay, maybe I do this. And then balik anak tak ada. You are feeling guilty. You are feeling macam bodoh apa aku. Asal aku buat macam ni? I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
A lot of guilt, a lot of anger with yourself, right? And then after that, you trying to find your kid. Kepala you dah kusut, you takut, you are anxious, uncertain, right? Then after that, finally, Alhamdulillah, Allah cakap dapat jumpa, then relief, right? But then so many questions.
What could have gone wrong? What led to this moment lah, basically.
So what happened was, diorang balik with the anak jugalah. My niece, the whole family went back. So my sister ni with a lot of emotions kan, macam guilt, angry, sad, relief, and macam they just want to ask anak dia tau. Tapi if I were in her position, I would be macam, should I scold? Or how should I approach this situation, right? Because she is still so young, dia tak faham. So as the adult in the situation,
the one with the more senses lah,
more logic, right?
Yeah.
More reasoning. I have to calm myself down. I cannot come up to her and be like, you pergi mana? Kan mama dah cakap gitu. But because I want to know what is going on in her mind, right? I have to calm down, like go to her level and like ask her in a way that she can accept and will open up, right? Because like I said, my niece ni very sensitive. Dia akan kalau you ask her, kalau tegur kan, nanti dia macam tetel tau. Close. So there is a way to approach her. So my sister push away all her anger, push away all these emotions, right? Dia tanya my niece, so can you tell mommy what happened? Firstly dia nak tahu what happened lah. So dia cakap, okay, so just now when I go out, I didn't see you, I didn't see the car, because they always fetch her using the car. I never see the car, so you leave me lah. So you leave me, so I feel like mommy and daddy don't want me anymore.
Sedih sih.
And when my sister heard that, right, dia macam astaghfirullahalazim. It's like nak marah, tapi memang dia accept that it was part of her fault also lah.
Yalah.
Macam that she has nowhere to reach my niece, tak ada phone ke, tak ada apa. Cakap macam, okay, mommy going to go here for a while, okay, you tunggu dekat sekolah, don't go anywhere, later mommy will come. She had no way of doing that, right? So nak buat apa? So when she heard that, my niece very sensitive, she was very emotional when she said it also. Can you imagine a small child saying that to you? Mommy don't love me anymore, that's why you leave me. Then my sister macam, no, I love you, mommy love you, daddy will never leave you.
Because at the point in time, like tadi kita mention kan, there were a lot of children going home, parents fetching, and then the idea of semua dah sampai, dah ambil, habis my parents tak ada, and I'm left alone. I think every child would feel macam, mana mak bapak aku?
But I feel like if I were in, okay, maybe not me lah, even because I same as my niece, right? So maybe if you macam kalau your parents tak datang, you would stay at the place, right? Or maybe you would go to your teacher and say, teacher, my mommy daddy not here. Then maybe the teacher can help the situation. But what my niece did, okay lah, mommy and daddy don't love me, right? So I walk home lah.
I walk home myself.
And from this childcare to the house is very far. It's like ibaratkan macam
basically lorong asu to Punggol.
Wah.
So
At least
macam
about 5 click, 6 click.
So she literally walked the whole way. So usually they fetch her by car, right? But she likes to look outside. So macam maybe dia ada photographic memory or something lah. Dia boleh ingat
Landmarks.
the
Roads.
the path lah, the route. Yeah, the route. But then so my sister tanya, okay, so what happened? When mommy, daddy never come, then where you go? I just walk home. You walk home? How you walk? I just walk the road. I remember the road. I just walk lah. And then, but then at that point of time ada construction tau. So macam in this child's punya mind kan, okay, this is a familiar road, tapi kadang tiba-tiba ada construction. So dia macam macam terus macam lost.
What do I do next?
What do I do?
Yalah.
But Alhamdulillah, somebody found her walking all alone. Then this kind soul macam, girl, why you alone? Where's your mommy, daddy?
Because she's really very small.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the person that brought her to the police station
Oh,
lah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So when I heard all this, right, I remember what my mom told me when she called me that time. She asked me to make dua, right, for my niece. So literally, macam cakap now looking back, all of this is an ujian for the entire family. Not just my niece, the mother, the father, but the grandmother, the auntie, the uncle, even this uncle Yayan also emotional.
Paman.
Yayan. So it just got me thinking macam after everything happened, my mom sat down with me, then dia cakap, you ingat tak apa mama cakap bila mama call you, mama ask you to make dua, right? So then she say, do you know what I doa? Then she say what? And then she said, Mama doa that, Ya Allah, wherever she is right now, kau just hentikan dia. Just stop her legs and kau hantar somebody, you hantar someone with a good heart to help this child, Ya Allah. She is just a child, Ya Allah. She is my granddaughter, Ya Allah. Please, she doesn't know anything. But Ya Allah, just gerakkan hati dia, stop wherever she is, and gerakkan hati anyone around there who has a kind heart enough to help this child. So that was exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, Alhamdulillah.
So that is macam, I feel like, wow, Masya Allah, that is the power of dua.
Yeah. I mean,
So that was
because in that particular
take away
scenario,
from
we have seen, maybe not locally, but in other countries, when it comes to children walking alone, and then like you mentioned, someone of good heart datang to fetch, to help her. If it was someone yang hati yang
Bad intention. Wah, itu.
Ya Allah.
Itu aku tak tahu apa nak cakap.
Na'udzubillah min zalik lah. I mean, it's really Alhamdulillah it happened where it happened. Because we have seen far too many cases of children going missing overseas, and missing to a point where they are being sold off, things like that. I mean, kalau kita look back at Singapore history pun ada these two, the McDonald boys, if you remember.
McDonald boys?
Yeah. These two boys who went missing, sampai sekarang tak jumpa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bila? Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time
Yeah,
ago.
long time ago. It
McDonald
happened
boys.
before. That time Singapore was still in the developing stages lah. Yeah, so it pernah terjadi. I mean, kita pun tak boleh we cannot just tak apalah, Singapore is safe.
Yalah, tak boleh.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
It couldn't be, not necessarily orang baik hati ke, orang tak baik hati ke. It could also be an accident waiting to happen. Budak-budak ni berjalan and things like that kan. Which I feel like what you mentioned tadi in the episode, we cannot blame anyone for it. Everyone has a part to play lah in whatever that leads to this particular scenario of children going missing, either be it dia tertinggal jalan ke ataupun macam what is that, pum, hilang. Yeah. So with that being said kan, as a parent there are many things that we cannot control as what it is. I mean, life goes on no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Right? The world keeps spinning. But as a parent yourself and us, I just want to understand, because you say you can be overprotective when this kind of things started coming. But what are those preventive measures that you do as a father, and then maybe together with your wife, in terms of ensuring that your children understand the importance of being in the line of sight of parents?
So, firstly, in whatever activities we do ataupun mana-mana kita pergi, kita ajar our own children lah kan. That's the easiest lah. First kita bilang, let's say si abang dia ni yang suka lari-lari all over the place, kita bilang dia don't run too far, must always be near mama and baba. So that's the first thing. Secondly is after that, so itu budak dia punya tugas lah. Dia dah faham okay, jangan pergi jauh sangat from the line of sight. So secondly is on my own. On my own, I also must make sure that he does not go beyond our line of sight. So lagi-lagi for me, kalau nak cakap as a overprotective father, I kalau nampak dia from a certain distance, dia exceed that circumference saja, straight away I will start to chase him.
Okay.
I have seen some parents ataupun I know of some clients because I alhamdulillah my clients a lot of those family oriented based. So dia punya budak-budak semua kadang-kadang diorang kasih quite distance, dia punya freedom dia macam aku macam sebagai parents dia aku macam kau biar betul macam dalam hati lah, of course I don't comment kat dia lah, tapi aku macam kau biar betul, kau kasih anak kau lari gini jauh. Dia aku macam tengah buat consultation,
you get worried lah.
Tengah buat consultation aku macam dia ni macam jauh lah dia kasih anak dia lari kan. So aku pun macam takut diri sendiri kan. That's one thing. Then secondly to make sure that your environment is within your control lah. Macam let's say kalau you pergi densely populated area like shopping mall, and then lagi-lagi kalau you're overseas. Macam recently I just came back from KL kan, I went to Pavilion, then sana ramai turis, ramai orang. Then lepas tu anak aku suddenly nak lari pergi kat fountain besar tu, kat yang Bukit Bintang tu. Then aku macam terus aku pekik sih. terus aku just pekik.
Terpekik.
Aku terpekik.
Pekik
nama my son lah. Dan lepas tu kadang-kadang that's my reactive instinct lah. To not let him go beyond certain where I cannot reach him lah.
Because
I feel like how my sister and my brother-in-law recovered, right? Or macam cakap so what prevent the preventive measures they put in place after that happened, right? And how they approach my niece also, I admired it about them a lot lah. Even though macam yes, rasa marah tu, kenapa you ni, ya Allah, why you terlintas kat kepala you ni yang primary school ni sampai mami dengan daddy tak sayang you ni semua, where is this coming from, right? All this anger and things like that. But when this kind of things happen, what I observe lah, my sister ni, dia akan softly, gently correct this behavior atau correct this mindset. Macam, for example, things macam, okay, so if mommy and daddy not there, you don't just walk off. Okay, that is not safe. Okay, you understand? It's not safe for you. You can get hurt, you can get lost. That you know what happened, you see? So, macam those gentle, macam recorrecting of behavior. And then they took it a step further and got a communication device lah. Because that was the missing link, right? So she couldn't communicate to the punya daughter that mommy is going to be late, but you just stay there, you know, that kind of thing. So but they didn't get a phone. They got like a watch, like a smart watch for kids.
Wah, canggih.
Yeah,
kita kecil-kecil
macam ada
Shopee.
ada tracking device. Firstly, and secondly boleh call.
Oh, nowadays for my luggage, kalau I travel overseas, I suka pakai AirTag. AirTag is very useful.
Yes, correct.
That's my alternative. Tapi I nak touch on the yang about your niece ni, about your after school punya child care ni. So bukan nak cakap point fingers lah, tapi just to emphasize, nasib baik alhamdulillah for those child care centers yang macam PG all the way up to N2 The good thing about, let's say for example, because I send my son to PCF, so the good thing about Sparkle Thoughts is dorang will never allow orang yang not authorized to pick up. That's one thing. And number two, dia tak akan easily let budak-budak just lari off like that. So it's a bit questionable lah kalau let's say macam mana budak tu diri kat situ and then suddenly they go missing. So alhamdulillah, the good thing about these childcare centers, not just PCF ke Sparkle Thoughts, I believe dorang punya own system whereby selagi tak ada orang nak pick up seseorang anak tu, they will not let the child go out of the child care center. Itu aku rasa the last line of defense.
There's not stepping out of the building.
Because the moment you step out of the building,
beyond the control.
Which also, I mean, like what you mentioned, we're not trying to point fingers kat anybody lah, kan. But kadang-kadang this kind of things, kita ni semua manusia. Sometimes without us even realizing, budak tu mungkin dia ikut kawan dia tu keluar at the same time. Pasal because they are in the primary school punya control kan, so it could have been a different system. But I mean, because my younger sister punya my nieces punya childcare sama juga. Also same concept. Without a guardian that is registered, tak boleh kita fetch.
Correct.
So whenever I tell my sister I want to fetch the kids kan, she will say, "Can I follow you? If not, you cannot fetch."
Yalah.
Okay, I teringat something, and maybe I want Nazri punya opinion pula. Okay. So I observed something when we were out last week ke last 2 weeks lah. We were eating dekat satu tempat ni, and then diagonally from where I was sitting, I nampak this mother and a child tengah makan together, right? And then the mother was eating. Dia tengok phone but very periodically. That means macam dia tengok, lepas tu dia tengok kat anak dia. Lepas tu anak dia okay, lepas tu dia tengok balik. Then she's like macam constantly tethering tu.
Kat mana ni?
Dekat noodle tu punya tempat.
Okay,
Yeah.
faham.
So I was observing, and this child, dia tengah makan noodles, mak dia makan the big bowl lah, anak dia makan the small bowl. So anak dia tengah makan ni kan, and then she was eating, and she was holding a adult size punya scissors. Dia macam potong-potong. Macam this is exactly what she did. This is the bowl, macam ni.
Potong, okay.
Potong gitu. Then I was looking. So it got me thinking, macam there is a lot of lain orang lain tanggapan. That was the conclusion that I come up with lah.
Okay.
Macam for me, I tengok, that is a dangerous punya tool lah, right? Kalau dia terpotong tangan ke apa kan susah. But then at the same time, the parent macam tak ada apa-apa.
Confident lah.
Macam confident. And maybe what I can get from that is that, okay, maybe this is what dia dah pernah ajar anak dia. Maybe dekat rumah dia ajar anak dia macam mana nak potong. Maybe she has already terangkan the safety measures and what not at length dekat rumah. Cuma kita tak tahu. But when we see it outside, kita macam, what an irresponsible mother. You know, that kind of thing.
The quick to judge punya.
Kita dah macam what if kan.
Nanti kalau dia terpotong jari macam mana?
Ni kalau aku takkan tau biarkan anak macam ni.
Which is what the netizens are doing right now. When it comes to ni semua ni mak bapa tak jaga anak, kasih jalan aja. You don't know what's happening in their situation.
So in your opinion, macam kalau you nampak macam the same thing that I saw lah, what would be your perception?
If you see your son playing with scissors lah, we put it that way.
Okay,
Wah.
Personally,
I'll be guilty lah. I'll be guilty, I tell you. I'll be guilty. The first thing I speak to mak, what a dangerous tool. Whether this anak is trained or not pun, kita always a bit more
careful.
A bit more apa dia nama dia? Concern kan, macam overly concerned. Kita macam, alamak budak ni macam mana? His mother is not looking at the son. The son is cutting the noodle using the scissors kan. Kita have that unfortunately bad judgment lah for first impression kan. Tapi like what you say is also correct. Kita tak tahu sekali kalau dia ada training kat rumah ke apa kan. Dia suka potong noodles kat rumah, mana tahu kan. Tapi yalah. That would be my first impression. Because why I come to that is because first I won't practice that lah. I won't practice that because as an overly concerned father, I will not let my son handle the scissors without supervision. Kecuali kalau you nampak macam mak dia macam gini, dan lepas tu anak dia tengah potong depan mata mak dia, then baru benefit of the doubt lah.
Right. Which maybe can I share a bit? Which I follow this one father and son TikToker from overseas. I can't remember which country. If you guys heard it, they're cooking with Levi.
Cooking with Levi.
Yeah, he's a very small boy, and what he does is the father does is he will make sure he will ask the son what you want to eat, and then they will cook and prep the dinner together.
How old is this boy?
Dia masih berbual pilat-pilat. Probably about 4, maybe 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
Yeah, and dia potong dengan pisau and things like that. Yeah. Tapi what you mentioned lah, supervision. The father is always there to supervise. And then when the child faces difficulty, let's do it together. Let's do it together.
Anak aku pun sama. Dia cakap, let's make dia suka main Lego kan. Let's make this together. Then
bilat-bilat. Yeah, so probably the same age. So which is what I feel. I mean, like you say, lain parents ada lain cara. Some of them learn from mistakes. Some of them learn with supervision, and we don't want to judge any parenting styles.
Yeah.
What works for you and your parents. But at the same time pun, these examples are what I feel are good examples. Macam if you want your son to play with knives or they use knives and scissors, benda-benda yang tajam yang boleh mencederakan dengan tak sengaja, I think it's best to also at the same time observe lah, supervise closely. And cara budak tu potong is very clean. Macam he was claw method.
Kilometer.
Yeah, and then
Seram.
but when I was watching the video, I'm like, ini kalau dia lagi dia potong benda macam bulat-bulat. Kalau dia bitch, happens to me before. You know, kita yang dewasa ni tengah potong tak salah, tak sengaja terslip, luka sih.
Yeah, teruk.
But alhamdulillah, I think that father and son, they really do it properly and things like that. So it works for them. But if you but then ada pula ada video saya nampak the grandmother and the cucu buat benda, the cucu pula hancurkan benda semua. So you need to know your child best. What kind of supervision or lack of supervision or whatever situation it is, you need to really know our children best, kan? I mean, you can back me up on this if it's workable, because lain budak requires different kind of attention lah.
Betul. Kadang-kadang you pun tak boleh cekik diorang sangat. Nanti diorang cakap ni parents aku, which is also true. Kalau you terlalu smother diorang, nanti diorang tak boleh grow. So there's sometimes also when I myself as a overprotective father, I tengok parents lain kasih some distance to the father, distance to the child. Oh, okay, I faham kenapa dia buat macam gini. Dia nak train anak dia, which is the fastest way lah. Tapi at the same time ada risk lah. Kalau apa-apa terjadi ke anak dia, jauh sangat kan nak react. So yalah.
I feel like you put it very nicely lah. Every child is different. Even siblings punya perangai pun atau learning methods pun semua lain-lain. Apatah lagi people from budak-budak from different families, right?
Yeah. Maybe if I were to just correct a bit more. I mean, if I were to go in depth about what I'm about to say, it can be another episode for sure. But I just want to correct a bit in terms of, like you say, like every child is different, kan? So that also means yang parents punya attention towards these children also akan berbeza. And then I'm talking this based on experience lah. Me and my sisters basically. Dia akan kata, ni see, you are your father's child, you are your mother's favourite golden boy, and things like that. Dia akan keluarkan favoritism dia dengan seadanya lah. But with whatever that we've discussed, I feel that these kind of things tend to happen because of the different types of people that we are as children. So mungkin, I mean, of course, as parents pun kita kena adil dengan anak-anak kita. You know, we have to make sure that it is an amanah lah as a parent to jaga budak-budak. But at the same time pun, the different kinds of attention will go towards different kind of children because of the fact that they probably need it, right? And as parents pun, I think every parent is a first time parent. You know, they learn to be a parent once they have a child of their own. Then that being said pun, our parents won't know how to jaga our children because berbeza zaman, berbeza karakter.
Like they don't spend every day with the child lah.
Yeah. So of course, for Nas, you know your son's best. You and Nana, your wife, knows your son's best, and it gives a lot of. I mean, personally, I feel that both of you do your best to, you know, nurture your sons in the best of manners, because only parents would understand what to do with their child. So I feel that when it comes to netizens out there, when it comes to even our family members, kalau kita tak ada dalam a similar situation, kalau kita tak ada dalam sebumbung dalam rumah tu, janganlah kita
cepat kasih komen.
Correct. Because it's going to be unfair kepada parents yang first time ni jadi parents. For them, like I said also earlier on, parents mana yang nak adult mana yang nak melalaikan anak.
Betul. Yeah. It's like don't be mean lah. Be kind to everybody around you, and don't be quick to criticize. Right? You tak tahu whatever is going on behind the doors of that household. Right? Maybe dia dah pernah ajar, maybe a lot of maybes. So it's best just to
husnuzon, doa yang terbaik.
Yes, betul.
Maybe before we go to, is there anything that you want to advise as a parent yourself? either you want to share your experience ke, ataupun is there anything that is on your mind for parents to chime in terms of comments ke, advices ke?
Kalau you tanya in the you talking about this subject about missing children and based on what I notice, ialah I tak habis cakap as a overprotective father but that's what I am. So as a overprotective father, I can only urge parents out there just to pay more attention to their children. Lagi-lagi nowadays parents are mostly glued to their phone. Ini sorry to say, aku nak kena point finger kat balik sendiri because kita guilty of it. Kita very guilty of it. Mana-mana kita pergi is bawa phone, and then lepas tu anak kat sebelah. So pay more attention to our child. Kalau dia tengah buat something or reacting to something, at least observe. Jadi kita tahu apa dia punya perangai, dia punya gerak-geri. And then lagi-lagi kita nowadays tend to lose focus on what's happening around us. Like I say again, in this case is our children with the phone glued to our faces. So spend less time on the phone, focus more on the child.
Especially when you're around them lah.
Especially you're around them.
Lain lah kalau time kerja, you're away.
Because there's a lot of things that could happen once you switch off your phone. Like for example, spending more time is one thing. Number two, your child will not look to other alternatives. For example, macam alamak bapak aku tengah main phone. This happened a lot of times tau. Because aku property agent kan, so aku nak kena tengok phone banyak. So this is what aku notice lah. So my son will like to play Lego. Lepas tu dia suka describe, baba I make a aeroplane, I make a cruise blah blah blah. So my wife pun ada tegur me, cakap your son is explaining to you, you must look at him. Then macam okay. Then lepas tu tengok at my child. Then the times where I did not layan him when I was looking at the phone while he's talking to me, then lepas tu dia will switch off and turn to another alternative. Can you imagine kalau kita do that in the outside environment? Your child can just switch off and just look to siapa nak layan aku where can I find siapa nak layan aku ataupun dia lost dia punya track of mind. Dan lepas tu dia buat benda lain yang nampak macam exciting because bapak dia tak layan dia. So that's why kadang-kadang lepas tu bapak dia macam mana anak aku pergi, kan dah macam
and this is
something that can be stopped or avoided lah.
Macam orang cakap that quick few seconds kan, that your child is lost. Alamak anak aku hilang. Padahal dia aku tengah main phone, kan macam irritating sih. So if you spend more time with your children, then they will always stick to you like glue lah.
In a way they feel validated and heard lah kan.
Macam gitu, macam kau tak layan dia. Macam that example about your niece lah, pasal lambat by a few minutes pun. So we don't know lah. We don't know, but that's what I think maybe child punya process thought is nak kena layan dia. Tapi actually kalau layan dia 24 hours pun penat juga kan. So it's also understandable lah. As a parent pun pancit juga.
I mean there's no sweet spot, I would say. But definitely finding a right, I would say a balance, but a right balance between mingling with your children dan juga leaving them to be independent per se. But that being said pun, I guess for those yang husband and wife, this comes with the teamwork lah. Kan?
Correct.
I feel like parenting ni is no easy feat, right? Daripada kecil, from a newborn sampai dia kebesar, there's always something that you need to macam pay your attention to lah, to your children, right? And macam kalau kita nak touch on the emotional side and personal side, macam nak kena jaga anak, lepas tu you have a spouse, nak kena layan dorang juga, and then you have your work, nak kena layan work juga, lepas tu rumah, nak kena kemas rumah, you have to layan rumah juga. So it's heavy, right, the burden. So the point is not to criticize.
Not to criticize.
Right, let me do again. So the point is not to criticize not to criticize anybody else. We are all trying to do our best. We are all just trying to do our best in this life. So the best thing we can do is to be kind to one another lah.
Yes, betul.
Okay. Very nice.
At the same time pun be kind to one another and be kind to our main sponsor, NAZRI BAOBED. Alhamdulillah. I think thank you Nas for this episode, because I feel that we learn a lot daripada segi from the insights of a father in your sharing also, because a lot of people share. I mean, okay, I always mention this: the world is already so bad as it is, right? With all things going on, it doesn't hurt to be kind. It doesn't hurt to be nice to one another.
Yep.
Yeah. At the same time, pun.
And maybe be kinder to yourself also lah.
Yeah. Be kinder to yourself, inshallah. I remember that myself also lah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So mana tahu anak you dah makin besar kan, maybe tiba-tiba alamak pregnant lagi, Masya Allah, and then makin besar dua-dua macam dah tak cukup bilik rumah ni. You want to upgrade your house maybe?
Yeah.
You can call NAZRI Baobed.
Yes, 90688244. Yeah, Endo.
Apa tu?
Tak tahu. Yeah, so for any of these apa nama dia, sorry, let me start back again.
Yes, continue. Bismillah.
Yeah, so for any inquiries untuk hal ehwal rumah, property ni semua, NAZRI Baobed, I vouch for his services, I vouch for his professionalism and his character as a person. We've been with him for Alhamdulillah 6 months, Masya Allah,
Alhamdulillah.
6 months, and we've seen how dedicated he is to your work, not just to his family also, but to his work, to his clients.
Betul.
And kalau korang tak percaya juga, do inquire, drop him a message on either on WhatsApp or DM kat NAZRI_Baobed. Get to know him. That first consultation, he will do your necessary percuma, betul tak?
Betul. Free consultation.
Calculation, financial, all everything. He will calculate for you.
Ataupun if you want, just DM him your postal code.
Betul.
DM him your postal code, and then he will know what to do next lah. Orang-orang yang dah banyak experience, dia tahu nak buat apa, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Yes.
I mean, we are not just saying this because he is our sponsor lah. If us, because we have this bond already, right, dengan NAZRI, kalau kita nak upgrade rumah atau any one of our family members ke close ones, right, looking for property agent, kita akan selalu cakap NAZRI Baobed.
Sampai one of our friends pun message him.
Kita macam ni, dia tengah bilang-bilang macam tapi aku tak tahu aku boleh ke tidak, gitu. Dan kita kat sini tengah tunggu je.
The moment you stop talking,
NAZRI Baobed.
Yes, which I think he did. They did reach out to you lah. Masya Allah, tabarakallah. So yes, jangan tak payah risau, tak payah worried. Just contact NAZRI Baobed. One more time, number dia 90688244. Nak call boleh, nak WhatsApp boleh. Tapi WhatsApp lagi afdal lah. Takut dia tengah driving ke apa kan. WhatsApp dulu. Kalau once he's free, he will get back to you back, InsyaAllah.
Sebab jual dan beli rumah
tak payah stress lagi. We've come to the end of another episode of Outside In.
If you like what you hear, please follow us on all our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah, don't forget to rate our episodes so that inshallah it will help to push up our algorithm for more people to benefit from this episode, inshallah. Till next time, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
See you soon.